Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose, where we talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. I'm the Goose. So glad you joined me for another show. And you know me, I'm usually lighthearted. You know, everything's just fine and dandy, hunky-dory, peachy keen. No, I'm mad today. Well, first let me get my sip of coffee. I gotta have that to start with. Otherwise, I'll be really ornery. My coffee, as you know, very strong, like my opinion. Got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, that was good, but I'm still mad, okay? I'll give you the short version of the very cold and painful story. Another blizzard in Minnesota. And we know blizzards. Man, it's been cold. Froze my rear end off. Took a little fall, and you know, it's not easy. But I'm mad. So not only I was upset to begin with, and then what happens? I get the news. The news about the Boxing Writers Association awarding the Fighter of the Decade award. And now, you know, I contrary to what you might think, I don't hate Floyd Mayweather. Okay, I don't. I just hate the way he fights because he doesn't fight. Okay, he won the Boxer of the Decade award by the Boxers Writers Association. Good for you, Floyd Mayweather. And another winner was Canelo Alvarez, winning the Fighter of the Year award. Now, you know, on the surface, this is, everything's fine. You know, very respectable. What do these two guys have in common? They're both championship fighters, Hall of Famers, and they're both cheaters. Yeah, I said it. They're cheaters. And look it up, okay? Canelo Alvarez, and he's a tough guy, great fighter, you know, respect him, but he's been caught twice juicing. Twice. Floyd, yes, I'm afraid he was. And when did that happen? May I remind you? Right before the Manny Pacquiao fight. He was caught with an IV. He said, oh, it's vitamins or whatever he said. Well, you can't. When you have an IV, and I'm no scientist, but those in the know say it was just a way for him to mask whatever substance he was putting into himself. I could go on and on about that fight, but it was an irritating experience, shelling out money, and it was just frustrating watching that man run and hide and hug and tap and run, and somehow they gave him the victory. Anyhow, don't want to whine. Don't want to whine anymore. but why does this bother me? Again, I just can't stand the way this guy fights, because he doesn't fight. He dances and runs, and he's great. You know, I've always given him credit for his skill and his intelligence. Floyd is, he's a Hall of Famer. There's no question. But it's frustrating when you shell out money for one of his fights and that's what you get. You know, you don't get your money's worth with Floyd. So, okay, how did he earn the Fighter of the Decade award? Okay, he's 50-0, never lost. Hats off to him, Hall of Famer. But in the decade, 10 years that we're counting for this Fighter of the Decade award, he only fought 9 times. 9 times in a decade, that's less than twice a year. Come on, you know, he quit fighting in 2015. I know there was the Conor McGregor fight, but I'm not counting that because McGregor had never been in a boxing match before. Great MMA fighter. Give him all the credit. But he had never boxed before. That was just a show. And it was just for money. And it was just another example of fight fans being disrespected. So that 50-0 for Floyd should just as well be 49-0. But at any rate, he enough ripping Floyd. To his credit, he did fight some great fighters. Manny Pacquiao, one of them, and he won that fight. He also defeated Hall of Famers, or soon-to-be Hall of Famers, Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Marcos Maidana, who he beat twice. And the first time was a very close fight. Some people thought Maidana actually beat him. So, you know, Floyd wins the Boxer of the Decade award. You know, it's just kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Do I think Pacquiao should have won it? Not really, to be honest. Although Pacquiao did fight a lot more than Floyd in the decade. He went 12-4, fought 16 times as opposed to Floyd's 9 or whatever it was. And those 4 fights that he lost, only one was a real legitimate loss, and that was that knockout to Juan Manuel Marquez. The other 3 losses, some people, I hate to use the word robbed, but 2 of them were out-and-out robberies. Come on, we have to agree to that, even if you don't like Manny or you don't like me. You have to agree the first Bradley fight was a robbery, and the Jeff Horn fight absolutely was a robbery. And the other loss was to Mayweather, and that was just, Manny may not have been robbed, but I think those of us who shelled out a lot of money to watch the fight, we were robbed. Okay, so, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think Manny should have won the award anyhow. But there were other great fighters in the running, right? There were others who won the lesser versions of the same award, the Fighter of the Decade. The one that I really give credence is the Boxing Writers Association, which gave it to Floyd. Another person or entity that gave the award to Floyd, Yahoo Sports. Okay? Now, I don't want to make too much fun of Kevin Iole or make fun of his name, or I don't go there. Okay? But anything related to Yahoo, no respect, none. And there's something Iole did or said about a potential fight for Mayweather or for Pacquiao here in the near future that just made me roll my eyes again. That's coming up in another show. But Kevin Iole gave the award to Floyd Mayweather again, and he just kisses Floyd's butt at every chance. He's just got he just doesn't like Pacquiao for some reason. I don't know. So anyhow, Kevin Iole gave it to him. The other one that I noticed was Sports Illustrated, who gave the award to Andre Ward, undefeated fighter, great champion. So yeah, that was legit. Andre Ward's a great, great boxer. So hats off to him for winning the Sports Illustrated version of the Fighter of the Decade award. So there you have it. Oh, by the way, back to Pacquiao and his fights. Pretty much all. I don't have the list in front of me, but with the exception of who is that? The guy who he knocked down 6 times, and it was just a joke of a win. Almost every other fight was a championship bout, and that's how Manny fights anyhow. He doesn't rip you off just for money like Floyd Mayweather does, fighting Conor McGregor and some kid kickboxer from Japan, no respect at all. Pacquiao doesn't do that. He respects the game and his fans. But again, I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. Pacquiao probably didn't deserve that title anyhow. Now, Fighter of the Year award, at least from Yahoo's, not Yahoo, but there I go again. It's like scratching a blackboard. Mention Yahoo. The Boxing Writers Association. Did Pacquiao deserve the Fighter of the Year award? Yeah, I think he did. At least as much as Canelo Alvarez did. I can't even remember the 2 guys that Alvarez beat, one by a knockout, one by a decision. But Pacquiao defeated 2 championship fighters. One was Adrian Broner, and the other one was Keith Thurman, undefeated champion, and made him look bad. So Pacquiao legitimately deserved the Fighter of the Year. You know what? He has 3 of them. I don't know of anybody else who has 3 Fighter of the Year awards. So, and he won the last Fighter of the Decade award. So Manny, he's gotten his respect. And I could go on and on about his accomplishments that no one comes close to. There are many. And he's not done yet. Still a champion at the age of 41, and he's going to fight again here pretty soon. So, at any rate, 2 great fighters honored by the Boxing Writers Association. Floyd Mayweather, who, by the way, has, I think, 2 Fighter of the Year awards. He is the recent recipient of the Fighter of the Decade award. And Canelo Alvarez, great fighter, winner of the Fighter of the Year award. So, hats out to both of them. They both, let's face it, they deserve all the kudos they get. So I'm excited about what's coming up next in the fight world. Of course, we have the rematch in the heavyweight title fight, Fury and who's the other guy? Tyson Fury and Wilder. Yeah. Fury's going to win that one. Trust me. Thought he won the first one. But who is, you still have the big three in the welterweight division. You have Manny Pacquiao, of course, who has one of the belts. The owner of two of the belts, Errol Spence Jr., and who knows what kind of shape he's in after that car accident. And then you have the other who fights with Top Rank and Bob Arum, and got too many names in my head. Who is it again, Jude? Oh, you're not paying attention. That's okay. Jude, I can go home and not be paid attention to. I have a wife and two kids. They don't know. Oh, yeah. Blame the camera. But anyhow, still waiting for my dog pays attention to me. Good boy, Cooper. I'll be home soon. No, love you, Jude. But who's going to fight Pacquiao? Come on, it's not going to be McGregor. I'll get into that too. That's just a joke. Come on. Does anybody practice real journalism anymore? Kevin Iole and others. I'm hoping, and I think, judging from recent experience, Pacquiao's going to find a worthy opponent, a championship opponent, and put on a great show again. So we're looking forward to that. We'll keep you up to date. That's the latest from the fight world. Got many more shows to come, by the way, including the volcano relief in the Philippines. We'll talk more about Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao in his boxing and basketball endeavors, not as a player, but as an owner. Hilarious, interesting take on that coming up soon. So thanks for joining me again. That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Thanks for watching, and the number of subscribers keeps growing. Thank you so much for subscribing, and we'll talk to you again next time. Take care.